Hey kids, it's the Piston Fly here, hope you're well. It's an absolutely freezing cold day today. Well, not literally, it's about 2 degrees, but that does mean it's a beautiful day. So I decided to crack out the CRF. Haven't been out on a little bike for a while, but on a day like this it's got to be done. My goodness, I can barely see a thing in this bright sunshine. And what I'm doing a bit different is going on one of my favourite routes. This is what I've called the Pednor loop. It's just near Chesham. It's just a couple of mile loop around the lanes that just has some really nice views, and it's local to where I live. But I'm doing it the opposite way around to what I normally do. And I don't know about you, but I've got a number of local routes that I like to ride, and they are completely different if you reverse them and ride them in the opposite way. So if you haven't thought of that, or you haven't done that, give that a go. It really does transform the route. Anyway, this is one that I've not done in reverse before, which I surprised myself at, because I've been riding this route for a good couple of years, ever since I had the bike, but I've just not done it this way around. So I thought I would throw caution to the wind and do it in the opposite way. And I thought I'd bring the camera along as well, just because it's such a nice day. So stick around, stay tuned. Let's see what the Pednor loop in reverse has to offer. Now, I remember coming up here in the snow almost exactly a year ago, and these roads are so greasy it's almost as slippery as it was then. And this little bike being at the basic end of the facilities scale, i.e. no ABS, no traction control, nothing like that, means you just got to treat it really carefully. These knobbly tyres on tarmac aren't that grippy, especially when it's wet and slippy like this. The car comes around that corner and I have to grab a handful of front brake, I'll be straight off. So I'm going to be taking it relatively easy around here. Pednor Bottom, what a great name. Try not to kill any locals while I'm at it. Wow, he's battling above his weight. Well done, sir. Let's hope for all us baldies yet. I've said it many times before, but heated grips, what an absolute godsend they are on a bike. It just means you can ride all year round in a bit of comfort. There's nothing worse than cold hands. And I put these relatively cheap heated grips on here. These are the, I think these are R&G ones, and they were less than 50 quid to buy, and I got my man Nigel to install them, because I can't be doing with faffing about with electrics on the bike, or I couldn't when I bought these. And I seem to remember him being a little bit sceptical about how reliable they would be long term, but they've been on here a good 18 months and I've just not had any problems with them. They're exactly the same sort as I had installed on my old Yamaha XJ6, and they proved reliable for the period I had them on there as well, and they get very warm and they're very adjustable, so big fan of those. There's no excuse not to have heated grips if you want them, because they're not that expensive, and you can get these aftermarket ones that work absolutely a treat. Ah, cyclists, of course. Definitely a case there of where loud pipes save lives. That fella heard me coming, got out the way. Mind you, I was about 10 feet behind him when he looked, so I'd hope he'd hear me with these loud FMFs on. I'm very lucky to have the mix of riding that I have available to me. I mean, you could be right out in the middle of the countryside here, couldn't you? And I am, let's face it. But I'm still only 30 miles from central London. Absolutely marvellous that I've got the option to do this sort of riding, or decent sweepy roads, or of course motorways, and get anywhere in the country quite quickly from where I am, pretty much in the centre of the country in South Buckinghamshire. Ooh, getting slippy and muddy through here. My word. This is where the knobbly tyres are kind of handy. There's a lot to be said for having a bike that you're not too precious about in terms of keeping it looking super clean. I mean, I do keep all my bikes looking super clean, but in the winter I tend to only ride my GS and this when it's really filthy weather, because they're just, you know, that much more comfortable with things like the heated grips and the good grip from the tyres. But in the case of the CRF, I was quite happy to take it down muddy lanes, because of course that's what it was designed for. And I'm not too worried about how muddy she gets, because there is a case to be made for dirt bikes looking better when they're dirty. Although, to be honest, I don't really subscribe to that point of view. I tend to, if it gets really muddy, I tend to just give it a quick sluice down with a hose pipe when I get home to get the worst of the mud off. And of course, like all my other bikes, I have ACF 50'd the CRF, so that I know corrosion's not going to take a hold on her and you know, really downgrade the looks of the thing. Slippy little corner, always anticipating the unexpected, like a juggernaut or a horse or something. And that sun is so low in the sky this time of year. That's in the position that in the summer you'll be sort of getting ready for sunset. In fact, it's only 10 to 2 in the afternoon. I just can't be doing with a lack of light this time of year. So I'm almost round my Pednor loop the wrong way around now. And it's a great ride if you just want a quick half-an-hour blast. I'm not sure it's any better that way or the normal way. Actually, I think I might prefer it the normal way, which rather goes against the whole point of the video, saying it's worth trying the other way around. Anyway, I'm glad I've done it that way around, but I won't be doing that again. I'll do it the normal way next time. Oh. Avoided any calamity. Okay, so there we have it. Oh, thank you, sir. Just a quick little bit of vloggage for you, just to give you a taste of motorcycling in case you haven't been out in this slippy stuff and the weather's been a bit rough of late. Then I hope that's just whetted your appetite a little bit for getting out on two wheels. Ooh. She didn't look very happy, but I have shut the engine off. I don't know if the picture, the camera picked it up, but the look of abject fear in her face was incredible. Just didn't quite get to the kill switch quick enough, perhaps, but anyway, the horse didn't look too flustered. The horse looked less flustered than she did. What fun. Anyway, I don't aim to upset people if I can help it, so hopefully she appreciated the fact that I turned the engine off. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much it for this little ride out, and look forward to speaking to you soon. Till then, this has been the Mist and Flyer. Cheerio. Nice girl, hello. Nice smile.